Good evening. I forgot to warn you. I'm sorry. Welcome to the special meeting of the Burbank Board of Education on Tuesday, June 28th, 2022, in the district office boardroom. Can we just please rise and face the flag and do the Pledge of Allegiance? And hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and justice for all. I don't know what happened. Sorry.
What happened is there is no more justice for all. So why would you say?
I couldn't say indivisible either for some reason. Okay, thank you. Notice to the public with it on 1A, the district is providing alternatives to in-person attendance for viewing and participating. Any individual or group representative may address the Board of Education on any agenda item or subject within its jurisdiction during one of the 3 public comment sections. But tonight we only have 1 public comment section. There is no one here in the room or in-person requests to address the board, but we have 2 virtual. So Andrew, if you want to introduce the virtuals, we'll go from there.
Our first speaker is Michelle Go. Michelle, when you're ready, unmute your mic.
Oh. Hello, I'm here. Oh, hello.
Hello. Go ahead, Michelle.
Okay. Good evening, Burbank Unified School District board members and fellow attendees. My name is Michelle Go, and I am the mother of Giselle Lormer. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to be here. The reason I'm speaking to you tonight is regarding your policy of not letting unvaccinated students attend overnight trips. My daughter, Giselle Lormer, will be a junior this fall at Burbank High School and is on the varsity cheer team. As per my telephone conversation with Kim Foster at USA Cheer Camp on Wednesday, June 22nd, students do not need to be vaccinated in order to attend cheer camp. I believe this to be an unfair policy and discriminatory against unvaccinated students when the cheer camp itself does not require attendees to be vaccinated. Not to mention the fact that we are allowed to fly anywhere in the continental United States without being vaccinated or tested for COVID. I'm only asking that you amend your policy to reflect the current CDC guidelines. My daughter tested positive for COVID on January 28th, 2022, which means she has the antibodies for the virus and is better than the vaccine itself. So for this reason, I do not think she needs to be vaccinated. As a parent and a teacher, I have seen the social and emotional impact the COVID lockdown has had on children of all ages, especially the teenagers. My daughter, as well as some of her friends, struggle with depression and anxiety. The cheerleaders have missed 2 years of camp, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience I believe is necessary in the social and emotional growth of all students. My daughter is one of 2 unvaccinated students who are not allowed to attend cheer camp. I hope you will kindly take this appeal into consideration and allow my daughter, Giselle Lormer, and her fellow cheermate to attend USA Cheer Camp. Also, the payment for the August 1st through 4th camp at the Hyatt Regency Indian Wells, California, is due July 1st, so your prompt attention in this matter will be greatly appreciated. Thank you for your time and consideration. I look forward to hearing from you all soon. All the best to you and your families. Good night.
That was a question I was going to ask.
A question?
I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to interact back and forth, but thank you for telling us the date.
Oh.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Thank you.
The final speaker is Jose Aviles. Jose, when you're ready, unmute your mic.
Good evening. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Good evening. I'm Jose Aviles, the parent of Eileen Aviles. I'm actually the other parent that is in cheer. She's a senior, like the other mom said and stated that they have missed the last 2 years of cheer camp. I also did some research and verified that the cheer organization does not require students or athletes to be vaccinated as well. So I reached out to superintendent, said that this is a policy that Burbank has in place. So I agree with the mom that I don't know why we are still imposing these rules that, where we could travel. These mandates are no longer being enforced anywhere, pretty much. So I don't need to say much more. The parent covered everything. So we want to see if you guys is there any way you guys can drop that and see if our students can, or my child can attend as well. Being that my kid is her last year, that's going to be able to attend cheer camp. So just was hoping you guys take that into consideration as far as dropping these requirements, because it's no longer mandated, here in the state of California either.
Thank you, Mr. Avalos. Do we have the third speaker?
No.
Okay. All right. So seeing none, or we're not having any more speakers, we will move on to comments and responses. Board members, anyone? Well, the superintendent comments and responses, he's not here, so we can't, but yes, go ahead.
I'm talking to this, right?
Yep.
Thank you to you both. I really appreciate your taking the time. I need to go back and do a little bit more research into, I know that we have a policy that people who are on our campus, or students that come onto campus, need to be vaccinated. I am unclear at this particular moment. I'm just looking at my colleagues. That's why I'm just not looking directly at you. I'm not sure. I'm confused a little bit on what our policy is. So I don't want to say, I know that the policies we put into place early on, and I know that both of you, I'm sure, agree that they were put into place for the health and safety of our students and of our teachers and staff. And so I need to take a minute to go back and look at what we put into place before I say anything further, just because I want to make sure I understand the rationale and what we have in place. But this is helpful for me. Ms. Go, I think you sent an email as well. So I will, I'm going to go back and take a look at this. Obviously, I understand there's a time constraint, so I just wanted to let you know, thank you. And I will be doing some research, and then I will, I don't know what next steps can be, but I think some of my other board members do. So rest assured, I'm going to look into it, and I really appreciate you both bringing this to our attention.
Anyone else? Yes.
Thank you. And thank you for both of you for participating in this way and for escalating this for us. First and foremost, this is a challenging pandemic to navigate. And so absolutely, I think all intentions are to do everything we can to keep kids safe. Having said that, I think Dr. Weisberg's point makes sense, and it may be just a good time to review all those policies and as they currently stand before we hit the next school year. And that way we're just clear. And then if we do see an uptick in cases, that we then know where we're going ahead of time as opposed to potentially having to react. Yeah. So thank you for bringing that up, and hopefully we can give that feedback individually and get something on the calendar relatively shortly. Thank you.
Anyone else? I like what you had to say, Mr. Ferguson, but that doesn't help these kids, because I think, did she say cheer camp was August?
July 1st was the deadline.
To pay.
First.
Yeah.
I was
Right.
just gonna,
Unfortunately, that we can't give direction with nothing agendized.
Right.
And so they're really,
Right.
It's not up to us at this point.
are you comfortable if we put it on to the next agenda to discuss at that point, which would be the next July one, the 21st?
I mean, we just need somebody to give us the policy
Yeah.
to review, but it also doesn't address their issue, because they need,
They need to work with the superintendent.
yeah, so this may be, I think, something that you need to I don't know what the
Well-
next steps are to help them with their time sensitive concern.
The cheer coach called me, so do I get to talk about that? Is that okay, or does it only talk about asking what our policy was, and I did check into it. Our policy says that we don't allow overnight trips unless they're vaccinated.
Right.
So,
So what's the?
but, so
Yeah.
the process then would be that we as a board at the next board meeting would agendize it and change the policy if that's what we want to do, or have a discussion and keep it the same. It's up to us. So they're just following the policies that we created.
Right.
So
That's not my concern. My concern is what, if anything, I mean,
I know, I'm with you. Personally, as a mom who sent her kids to cheer camp, most of it is outdoors, and
But-
so
yeah, but
I-
to your point.
but we can't,
So then
do anything at this meeting.
yeah,
I agree that seems like, but we've also seen, and I know everything seems very normalized right now with, but cases are going up, and we had an instance in the spring with one of our choirs that went on an overnight trip, and there was an outbreak. So there are very clear reasons why we had that policy in place.
Especially as other states have different vaccination policies and different pandemics that they're managing. So
Right.
traveling between states, just as we've seen during breaks, brings home a lot of it that we have to maintain. So
Well, we don't
Open
have much
discussion.
choice, yeah, other than to agendize it to discuss, and I'm sorry that it's not gonna probably work out in a timely manner. Unless nope. It can't be added to,
I think this is just a regular conversation, unfortunately, and this is just.
yeah, I was just trying to be helpful to
You may not have a board that fully agrees on. this.
100%,
That's the
100%, but we should still get to talk about it, so.
problem. When it's agenda.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to think of when that could happen prior to the 21st, because we do have a couple of meetings, but
do we have any more meetings before the 24th?
No.
we have the joint one with the city,
That's the 19th.
Yeah, I was gonna say, nothing
Right.
before the night.
and then we have,
Wait, we have something on the 14th. don't we?
yes, we have one on the 14th. So it could be agendized for them.
What are we doing on the 14th?
And I
think we
believe that
can-
one was,
We're talking, evaluation.
but I think that date needed to be.
You're right. It did.
So
Wait, did it? Did we change it?
But that.
Sorry,
we
huh?
need to
We can
discuss
sort
Yeah.
this out at
Okay,
agenda review.
yep. Okay. That's all. Let's,
thank you to you
anybody
both.
else? Okay.
This is obviously going to be a continued conversation. We appreciate it.
Yeah, sorry for the confusion
You
up here,
bet.
but, oh yeah, I usually do, don't I? Thank you. Okay, meeting is adjourned to closed session.
Thank you both.